Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is the big man Boisterous coming to you with some Gold League goodiness out of the Antigua shipyard. Over here in the right-hand position on the map, we have Jake spawning in as the red Protoss, and up here in the top left, we have Alber spawning in as the blue Zerg. As this game starts off, I would just like to say that I am enjoying the new mic quality, and it's pretty amazing. And again, I'm just going to reiterate my plan that I'm just going to be uploading games as I get the time to do it. It does appear that we have Jake going for a fast expand on this map, which is definitely a good decision for both of these players. Actually, I would expect to see a fast expand also out of Alber, because it's just so easy to hold fast expands on this map. But it actually looks like Alber's going for a 13 spawning pool. I think that was. Oh, that's a pretty early spawning pool. I think he might have been anticipating a pylon block here. I'm not sure if Jake's going to get it off, though. I mean, he's definitely going to be annoying with his probe, and the probe is going to get the pylon down. Ooh, the probe had, what, 5 health left when it got that down? If I can actually snipe this probe. There we go. Yeah, 5 health left. That's got to suck. And yeah, that's really not a good situation for Alber to be in, because this pylon's going to be a bitch to take down, essentially. He is starting up. I'm guessing this would be 2 drones. I'm surprised he didn't go for any Zerglings to try to pull down that pylon as fast as possible. Is this a pair of Zerglings? Oh, this is an Overlord. So he really just doesn't care about this pylon. He's saying, you know what? That pylon's there. I'm going to live with it. I'm going for roaches. So I'd expect to see some sort of roach. We're going to see some sort of roach play pop out of Alber. And there are 3 roaches. I'm still surprised that he isn't trying to maintain a sense of surprise with those roaches and just pushing out as soon as he has 7 and trying to skirt them around this pylon so he doesn't see. But Jake's gonna know full well about these roaches, and he actually has a couple of cannons already up, so there would be basically absolutely no danger for him from any amount of roaches, essentially. He is getting a fairly late cybernetics core, even going for a forge first fast expend. You can still get your cyber core out earlier than that. He's dropping down 4 photon cannons, so I think he's pretty afraid of an all-in, which is surprising because he only saw 3 roaches, and those 3 roaches really only took down his pylon. I guess he wouldn't know if they did anything after he took down his pylon, but I mean, if you're going to face up against an all-in, I doubt that your enemy would actually show that off to you. So right now I have to say the Zerg is feeling probably significantly behind. This base is completely and utterly fully saturated, even oversaturated, I would say, but he's 6 drones behind in the worker count. He has a higher supply lead, but that's really just because roaches take up so much supply. He's going for a double Evo chamber, so I'd expect to see fast 1-1, and that would be 1 range and 1 armor is what I would expect to see out of him. I guess he could be going for some sort of Baneling bust, and instead get 1 weapon for melee to up that Baneling bust. He is going for 1 missile attack and 1 armor upgrade. Mass Zealot coming out from Jake. That's an interesting choice considering the fact that he has a lot of money, so I'm surprised he's not going for Stalkers. He's moving up to 6 gateways. No, 7 gateways. So he's going to have a 7 warp gate production, which is a pretty high production. He's also getting a Twilight Council, so it would be pretty fun to see a Mass Charge of the Archon, which is probably one of my favorite strategies in this game. Is the Mass Charge Lot Archon strategy. It looks like Jake has a lot of Zealots right now. I mean, 6, and he just warped in 7 more. Jeez, I'm surprised. Wow, he's going for Blink. I'm really surprised he's not going for Charge, especially with an army like this, where really he should just be going for Charge and just trying his best to completely tear his enemy a new one. But he is going for that Blink play. We have actually 4 force fields ready to go, so I'm surprised he's not trying to force field half this army in. And there is the force fields, but they're not the greatest force fields. I think that actually helps his enemy a little bit considering his high zealot count. Jake, I think, really needs to be going for something more like a very higher stalker count if you wanted to hold that off a lot more effectively. I guess that I don't think he had any scouting information, which is kind of the danger of going for such high gateway numbers. If you don't get a robo, it's the fact that you really don't have any information on your enemy unless you go Dark Templar, and he used Dark Templar to scout, which would actually be kind of funny. I wonder if that would work that well. Just get 1 Dark Templar and use him to scout instead of actually sniping off anything. It would certainly be more expensive than an Overseer, but it would also be able to confuse the hell out of your enemy if you just like randomly picked off a worker and then just ran off. I think he would be really funny. I might have to start doing that whenever I play Protoss. But miraculously, even though Alber just sniped off 15 workers, he's only 3 workers ahead. That's a bit scary for Alber. He's probably going to get a couple more workers, or at least one more worker here, as he does roll in with all these roaches. But the worker count, he's still only 3 ahead. That's ridiculous. I don't know how you don't get like such a large lead out of that, and he's just going for more roaches. I definitely don't think that this is the idea he needs, because he's getting a 3rd and a 4th, but his natural just barely got saturated. And his main is completely unsaturated now. He pulled all of his drones off to go mine his natural. And his natural is actually a bit oversaturated. You only want 2 lines plus 4, so he has too many drones here. But yeah, he's gonna have no drones at his 3rd, no drones at his 4th. I think he should really just be going for a big economic lead right now, and essentially just throw wave after wave at his opponent. But here comes Jake rolling in with a giant stalker ball with 1 sentry in it. I think this is actually going to be able to do a fair amount of damage, despite the fact that he has lower upgrades. Stalkers really just do a whole lot to roaches, especially blink stalkers if they're microed properly. And this isn't the best micro blink stalkers ever. It's definitely not awful, but it's not prime. So we do have more stalkers warping in because he does have a 78 production, which is easily going to be able to outproduce these couple hatcheries from the these 4 hatcheries from the Zerg. 1 hatchery isn't really even that useful at producing units because it's just so far away. Yeah, I think the Zerg really needs to go for more economy than such a big army, because he only has 40 drones, and 40 drones is nowhere near the prime 70 to 80 you really want. He is going to scout this this Nexus that was building, so the Protoss is going to be stuck on 2 bases, and his main is almost mined out, so he's really only on 1 mining base right now. But that doesn't really matter to this Protoss force. I'm surprised he's not going for weapons level 2 or armor level 1. But I can't really fault him for that. He's probably still very afraid of this giant roach ball, and he doesn't want to risk his army essentially on his opponent waiting to attack. And here comes a giant roach ball, and he is in a massive lead for supply. It's 181 to 121, but oh, beautiful force fields, completely splitting this enemy in half. And some hidden detectors somewhere managing to help him take out those units with force fields. And oh my god, Jesus, how much did alright, let's go units lost. Ooh, wow, the Protoss is still ahead on units on resources lost in units. That's a bit of a surprise. I mean, the Zerg just lost essentially his entire army and only killed like 10 units. I think the amount of supply that they lost there was 60 to, I don't know, 20? I think, out of the Protoss, so that was really beautifully played out of the Protoss, with those force fields blocking off half of the army from coming up the ramp, and then the Zerg was just burrowing for what seemed like no reason, because I don't think he has tunneling claws. Yeah, none of his roaches have those fancy mohawks, and these detectors are here, and it's going to be pretty easy for the Protoss to just steamroll into our Zerg player right now. And I'd be surprised to see the Zerg player try to last for much longer. We do have Infestors finally coming out of the Zerg player, but it's not going to do that much in this scenario, because 1 Infestor will not beat 27 Stalkers. It will not happen. So I'd expect to see a GG out of Alber at any point right now, because he's about to lose what is essentially his entire economy. He has 6 drones down here, 7 drones here, I think. Yep, 7 drones, and around 27 stalkers rolling into his base. Actually, it's 31 now. Yep, those are effective changelings right there. They're really scouting out the enemy's army. Is my enemy here? Good. These changelings will be able to follow him for quite a while. Oh, he's actually sniping off the changeling. The changelings. That's kind of cute. I guess it's easy to see changelings when they're zealots and their entire army is pure stalker. So all the tech is going down. All the tech is dying. All of Alber's tech is dying, at least. Alber does have 2-2 upgraded, but this many roaches will not win against this many stalkers, no matter what the upgrade advantage for the roaches are. Even with perfect burrow micro, and if he just didn't lose a roach, he would still die. He would lose. This army is just going to be able to steamroll through his base. It looks like he's going to try to pull off a base race here. I don't think it's going to work. There's definitely something that's doubting this working for me right now. I think if he had seen his base dying and really pulled all of his drones from his 3rd down to his 4th, and then just gone for really heavy lanes, he might have been able to pull this off, but even then it would have been extremely iffy. Jake actually just lost both of his nexuses, but this just isn't going to work. All of the roaches are burrowed, and Jake has lost his base and is being revealed, and Alber calls the GG. So we're just kind of waiting for Alber to be done microing, and there we go. Alber has left the game. So congratulations to Jake for winning this game. A couple of blunders here and there. He should have probably taken a 3rd faster. He went for a really high zealot count and then just didn't get charged for him. But other than that, it was a pretty nice play. I'm surprised he didn't continue on with his upgrades, because upgrades are just so good when you're going for a gateway army, because you just have so many units for the upgrades to count on. So anyway, guys, if you want your games commentated by Boisterous, send them on into boisteroussc2@gmail.com. Alternately, you can send links to somewhere like SC2 Replayed into my YouTube account, which is Boisterous SC2. And if you guys want to watch more videos that I've put out, you can head on over to youtube.com/user/boisteroussc2 and watch them there. So anyway, guys, this is Boisterous signing out.